Today we are going to talk about the person who holds the school together, right? Quietly, consistently every single day. So this session is called From Complaint Box to Academic Leader. The academic coordinators or leader role is very important in a school. It is to hold the entire school together, the processes, the systems, and the overall culture of the school. First shift your identity from someone who manages tasks to someone who leads academics. First, you have to understand that. Second, you are going to, learn how to build systems. And third, you are going to learn how to lead with authority, how to influence people without being authoritarian, without showing your weight around. And fourth, going to talk about difficult conversations. I will give you exact scripts also, real school situations that you can use from tomorrow itself. And fifth, you're going to leave here with a plan. Plan in the sense I'll give you a 30-day roadmap starting from Monday. The complaint box syndrome. Now let me ask you something very honestly. How many of you feel like no matter how hard you work, you are always, putting out fires all the time? Just working towards, putting the fire. A teacher has a problem, a parent has it's complaining, the principal wants a report, and you are just running all the day. But at the end of the day, you wonder, what did I actually achieve today? This is what I call the complaint box, because these three things, they happen when you are stuck here. How? One, you are always reactive. You are responding to problems instead of preventing them, right? And two, you are doing everyone's work. Teachers depend on you to fix everything, and then you let them because you are responsible, because you care. And third is, you have no time to lead. You are busy every minute, but nothing is actually moving forward if you see whole day. This sounds familiar? And this is not your fault. This happens when a coordinator has no system. You must have seen, I keep on talking about in my videos, I keep on saying that, we need to have systems in place. And it's not that nobody is, working. It's that, we feel that teachers are not working. No, it is not like that. Teachers are working, coordinators are working, everybody is working. But the thing is, we are somehow not organized. We are, we are just doing the firefighting all the time. Sometimes it is a teacher issue, sometimes it is a parent issue, sometimes there is a principal who is, asking for the report, and you are just struggling in between doing everything. And this is why we talk about the complaint box syndrome. Always reactive, doing everyone's work, no time to lead, busy all day, but nothing moves forward. 5 mistakes we will see that keeps coordinators stuck. Most coordinators are not failing from lack of effort, they are failing from lack of structure. These 5 patterns create exhaustion without impact. Now, mistakes that keep, coordinators, as now we said, stuck. Now, before we talk about solutions, I want to talk about mistakes, because in last 3 decades, I have seen 5 patterns that keep coordinators stuck again and again. School after school I have seen. And I want you to listen very carefully, because at least one of these is yours for sure. So mistake number 1 is being available for everything. When you say yes to everything, you become everyone's go-to person. That sounds good. Yes, we feel good, but it means you have no time for actual job, your actual work, which is leading to academics. And mistake number 2 is no documentation. If it is not written down, it will not happen. It did not happen. Coordinators who do not write, they cannot track, they cannot report, and they cannot grow also. Mistake number 3 is avoiding difficult conversations. I know it is uncomfortable, but if you are not giving teachers honest feedback, you are not developing them. You are maintaining them. They will fall back to you. They know that you will take care of them because teachers are dependent on you. So you have to, in order to make sure that you take the best out of them, you have to delegate, you have to give them the accountability. And the moment they understand the accountability, okay, this is what is expected out of me as a teacher. I have to report back to my coordinator along with the reports which is required for necessary operations, school operations. You're not asking anything out of the box. You are asking something which is important for the school academics to grow, for school operations to run smoothly, right? And number four is working without KRAs, basically key responsibility area. So that's now, just now I said accountability. So if a person, if a coordinator knows her KRA, that my key responsibility area, what is expected out of me, if you are aware of that, it becomes easy for you to plan your day. And it is easy for you to manage the teachers. What success looks like to you, right? Including you yourself. How will you ever know if you are just, winning? Are you winning or not? So mistake number 5 is doing instead of leading. Most of the time you're just struggling. You are only doing the job. The moment you start doing the teacher's job for them, you're stopped being a coordinator. You have become a substitute now. Principal calls you in the office, for example, right? Now you know that most of the time you are just managing teachers, you are just backing them up. The lack is there, you are doing it for them. So that's where you are answerable to principal also. So that's where you have to at times have to take the brunt, because it has to start from the top. So the duties, the job responsibilities, once a school is there, anybody can make a building, right? Anybody can make a building, anybody can create the infrastructure. Having an infrastructure, it doesn't make it a school. School is by the systems, how we build the systems. So today it's all about how coordinators should actually manage their teachers. In that case, you have to just see in your school what kind of hierarchy system you have, who leads in your school. I know that everybody reports to principal, the coordinators report to the principal, but yes, you can always have a conversation with your principal, and you can tell them the importance of these documents. So why implementing these documents, and they will be proud of you, since you will just carry something from your end and you'll be sharing it with your principal, which the documents which make your system, which makes your school more effective, and there is more output from your teachers. So she will definitely feel good. There is no point or no scope for getting insecure. I know these kind of things happen when a person gets insecure. A person is open-minded, and if a person is professional, they will definitely understand that when we implement these documents, how good it will be for the organization. Actually, everybody has to have their role clarity. Once you have the role clarity, teachers have, principal, vice principal, academic coordinators, once you all know what is your job responsibility, then everybody does their role and the smooth sailing happens. Try it for a week. Give them some time to implement. Give them saying the leader is the person who leads. And since you are an academic head, academic coordinator, or principal, you are a leader. You have to lead by example. If you are adaptive to the new systems and new policies, then the teachers will also, they always follow their leader. Have you seen any organization, if a leader is happy-go-lucky, the team also becomes like this. If a leader is, accountable, and if is asked for certain thing, then the team also becomes like this. And the senior staff doesn't cooperate many times. See, if we will talk about this a lot, because what happens in tier 1 city like Delhi, Mumbai, and these cities, they have the good schools, I mean to say, the metro city schools, They already have the systems and procedures. They already have the laid policies, how and what will be done. But in tier 2 and tier 3, most of the schools, they don't have the basic systems. They don't have the HR department. Everybody is doing everything. Everybody is rushing. So you will see that school is very busy. Everybody is running. But you will not see systematic structure. So that's what today we are going to bring the systematic structure in your profile. Your real role. You lead systems, not just people. These are the mistakes what we discussed just now. What is the real role of an academic coordinator, right? Let me be very clear. You do not just manage people, you lead systems. I keep on saying systems. And your role has 5 dimensions, which you can see here. You set the learning vision. You drive curriculum excellence. You make sure class is going somewhere with purpose, not without purpose. Teacher development. You coach, you observe, you grow your teaching team. You just evaluate, grow, and then comes the parent communication. You build trust with the parents because they are in direct touch with you. You manage their expectations proactively before they complain, not after. Mind. Student learning, you ensure that every classroom, every single one delivers measurable outcomes for students. School improvement, you use data. You track trends. You help the school grow, not just function. This is your role, not the complaint box. You are not a complaint box. You are not the emergency contact number. And you are not the substitute teacher, right? You are the academic leader. Say it to yourself, I am an academic leader, because the moment you believe it, you will start acting like one. Once you take care of these 5 elements, you will come to know, you will see the changes. In one school, there was no system. So teachers, they used to get complaints from the parents, right? And they all dependent on the teacher's mood, whether she's in a mood to share it with their seniors or no. Now, if something is happening in the class, some incident has happened, some academic issue, some bullying issue, something has happened in the class, unless and until they don't share it with you, how would you know? You would not know, because you need to create a system where they are bound, where they know they have to report it to coordinator, and if they will not do it, counsel the teacher. We do the counseling, once counseling, twice counseling, we record it, that on date such and such we had counseled you, date such and such we had counseled you the second time, third time please issue her a memo. And the moment you get the reporting on daily basis, that okay, fine, this has happened in the school, this issue, if you will kill the problem, kill the issue the same day, it will not become a bigger problem. If it expands, it becomes problem for you to control. Then if there is a little spark, you have to just extinguish it there and then until it becomes a big fire. So if you address to the parent complaint or the student issue the same day, the same moment, if not same moment, the same day, by evening, even you can calmly tell the parent that, see, allow me 24 hours time, everybody will do it. Or I would like to say, if we take control of these 5 important things, if we implement the structure, if we implement the documentation, you will be taking care of the problem there and then. And then you know what is happening in your school. You are just not, just firefighting all the time. Okay, now moving to next. The 5 pillars of an effective academic coordinator. We all know that. Once you will write it down, you will know, okay, these are the 5 pillars of an effective academic coordinator. Number 1, the 5 pillar is academic planning, teacher development, monitoring and observation, communication, and then 5th is documentation and data. How do you actually become that leader? Tell me. Through 5 pillars. These are the 5 areas where every effective coordinator must be strong. Pillar number 1 is academic planning. Now map the entire year. You set your milestones, align your curriculum to your outcomes. Do not wait for the principal to tell you what to plan. You lead. You have to lead. Then pillar number 2 is teacher development. Train your teachers, mentor them, build their capacity. A coordinator who does not develop teachers is only half a coordinator. Because see, coordinator is a leadership role. It's not, because you are a bridge. You are a bridge between teacher and principal, right? So you have to be that strong person, that strong personality, that you monitor. You first mentor them, do the academic planning, teacher development. You mentor them. They will definitely look up to you. They you are their immediate boss. And number 3 is monitoring and observation is visiting class regularly with a consistent framework. Not to cast teachers. See, if you go with the mentality, okay, now I will go and I will just catch hold of teacher. If you will go with that mentality, you will not get any fruitful result. If you will go with the mentality like, what is happening, what support is needed in the class, teacher is also struggling most of the time, and what needs to improve. Now, coming to pillar number 4 is communication. Manage your relationships with teacher, parents, with leadership, right? And communication is just not talking actually. It is like building trust. It is done consistently over the time, right? Now, communication data. Track everything. Use data to make decisions, not your gut feeling. Just data. Because when you have data, you have authority. So these 5 pillars make you an academic leader, because you know that academic coordinator is actually responsible for the academic operations. So documentation, if you have the data, you have your facts clear with you. It's not that somebody has come and told you, ma'am, this has happened, then another teacher has told you something, and then with your gut feeling you are saying, okay, this must be the thing. So we don't work on assumptions at all. We work on data, daily happenings being recorded. Building authority without being authoritarian. Now, why I say authoritarian? Because I have seen people feel that shouting, and I've seen the principals, who, like, if they widen their eyes and, why and what, and their tone and everything is all imbalanced. It is, you can be authoritative also by setting the goals, by taking a small briefings, periodic briefings with your staff, with your teachers, rather than shouting, making them understand. People generally feel that principal has to shout. No, I don't think principal has to shout. The maturity is, if you understand a person, if you understand your team. Of late, I've been telling, there is a lot of, if you have heard in social media, everywhere people are talking about teacher burnout. The teachers are like, they are completely burnout. They are being given the extra responsibilities. I understand, looking at the daily operations, you have to manage your workload. And in order to manage the workload, you give extra duties to some people. But you also assess and manage and give the duties to the person who are actually capable, who can handle it. You find a person who is strong in your team. So there are different type of characters, different type of personalities. In a school, you will find a lazy one, you will find a strong one, you will find an authority one, you will find a, easygoing person also. So from your team, you have to identify that who is the strongest person who can, you can delegate. If you will do everything, then it will become a problem. You must be having few people in your team on whom you can rely and on whom you can give the extra responsibility. This session is basically to make you understand what is power versus authority, right? Power is your title. Everybody knows coordinator. Yes, she's the boss. So that is your title. Authority is earned through consistency, fairness, and follow through. Now, when I say that authority follows with this, now we are going to spend the rest of this session building each one. Okay. Now, authority without being the authoritarian means, let us talk about something that every coordinator struggles. What do you struggle with? Authority. How do you get teachers to listen to you without being harsh, without being a bad person, without damaging relationships? Tell me. I would like you to hear from you all. Please let me know. How do you get the job done?
Using proper, we have to behave properly with the behavior.
Right. Okay. One is behavior. Next.
Once setting standards.
Setting standards,
setting
right?
standards first. I mean, I need to be a sample before then, before I actually give them that authority. What you're talking about, earned through consistency and fairness. I need to be a sample, and I have to present myself in a way where actually they would love to follow.
Which I mentioned in the beginning, and you will know, like, these are templates, very easy. You have to just do the follow up. You must be doing this. It's not that you're not following it up. You must be doing it, but it must be, all verbal. You must not be documenting it. Everything is, school is running, school is functioning, everything is happening, but I think the documentation is missing. And it is up to you to see when to implement it. I'm not saying you implement everything today itself. You can do it step by step in first 15 days, first week, second week. Try and do it one by one. But slowly, gradually, they will do it. Once they know that it has to be done, there is no choice. You have to make them clear. Difference between power and authority. So power is your title. It is given to you, and authority is earned through consistency, through fairness, through follow through. When you follow it up, a coordinator with power has no authority. She, it is ignored the moment she turns her back. Abhi aapke samne bol diya, and the moment you move, and it is not there. So you don't even have to raise your voice. So how do you build authority? So step number one, I think, is you set your expectations. Tell the team exactly what you need and why. For example, you need to say lesson plans are due every Friday, 3 p.m. Now, because I said so, not because I said so, rules, when the lesson plan will be submitted, is it being set in your school, effort publicly, address problems privately. Never embarrass a teacher in front of others. I have seen in many schools embarrass the teacher, we reprimand them in public. I would really, don't wish that any teacher should bear this kind of public humiliation. Because if you want somebody to respect you, you need to give them the respect also. You have to follow through on every single commitment you make. If you say you will get back to someone by tomorrow, please do that. Please maintain that and get back to them. Trust is built in very, very, very small moments, right? So if we have promised someone that, okay, we will come back to you in the specific time, then please get back to them. No amount of banner, no amount of social media, the posting and everything, nothing can get you admissions. Every school is doing it. Even small school is doing it, even the bigger school is doing it. But it is all word of mouth, when you see that the schools, the academic is strong. People talk. Now parents are so well connected through WhatsApp and social media. They share each and everything and they don't come with the banners. They don't come with the ads. They come just because they know this school is good in academics, this school is good in sports, regular activities. So that's how we need to build the systems. Now we take a demo. Okay, teacher is giving a demo. We assess it. Maybe that teacher is very good in a subject. She has come for the demo. It is but obvious she might get little, and then she might not be able to perform that better. But then we need to understand, as an experienced person, you will come to know by the body language, by the way of speaking, by the way of eye contact, you will come to know that this is the right candidate. Right. This is all done by virtue of the experience. So once I have seen the schools where the teacher recruitment is done, and The thing is over now. They just send the teacher to the class. You go. You have been recruited for this. You go and take the class. I have seen schools not having any induction program. There has to be a feel about it. If you are joining an organization, I have worked in the places where I've seen both the things. So I have worked in the places where I was felt welcomed. I was, made to feel that yes, I'm welcomed. I was introduced to the team. One proper meeting was just for the meeting with the team. Who is who in the organization? So you know day one that yes, okay, this is where I belong. This is my team. It's not that you just push the teacher or push the person, go and do your job. Hand holding has to be done. If we do the buddy culture in the on classes, like the KG, the prep, and we do the hand holding. We make a buddy culture. We make one buddy. We try to make the child sit with that child for a week or 10 days, so that the child is comfortable. He is adjusted in the class, and that's how he becomes comfortable. Same goes with the adults. We also have to make the policy for the teachers. We need to make them feel welcomed, wanted, and we can then assign one teacher. Then you please show her the school. You can be with her at the lunchtime. Just doing it for adults, they just need 2 or 3 days, not more than that, right? And it comes from the top. I must say, it comes from the top, from the management, or if the management is principal or the principal is managing, whatever be the scene may be for the respective schools, it has to come from the top. You take care of your people, people will take care of you. I am 101% sure about it. I have experienced that. I've seen teachers giving them more than what is required because they are dealt nicely. And if they are dealt nicely, then the kind of atmosphere what you have just shared just now about the school, the vibe, the peace and everything, you will find it in your school. It's all about human. It's not about, again I said, not about infrastructure. It's about human relationships, how we build our teams. The moment the teams are built properly and they professionally, and then you will see the changes. And these are the helping documents which I'm sharing with you right now. These are the kits which can be implemented, and step by step it can be introduced. I know some maybe from a very renowned school, some maybe from Tier 2, Tier 3 city. I'm not judging anyone by anything. I'm just want to share few management tips, few management documents which can be helpful for you all. Now this is the teacher feedback form, right? You can make changes as you want, but this is just a rough this thing. Specific, actionable, and growth oriented. Not a report card. It is a development tool which has teacher name, department, observation date, feedback, what went well, areas of improvement, suggested action, suggested action, timeline, support. Again, coordinator signature, teacher signature. You're a human. You cannot remember everything at one go. So once you have these formats with you, you know on which date, what time, what the agendas were discussed, what was the summary, what were the key decisions taken, and then you are in control of everything. So turn your goals into trackable steps. This is the teacher performance tracker. Punctuality, lesson planning, classroom management, student engagement, documentation, and overall rating. 2 hours, and I discuss the all the dashboards where everything is monitored, right from notebook checking to lesson plan to attendance to admission. That's a vast program which I have already done. 3 batches are already done for that. Since my job is not just to hand over this to you, but it is to just make it. And this is the coordinator action plan. So with this, I think I have already shared the document. Cause, action required, responsible person, deadline. You will get this, and it is like the issue you have to mention. What was the root cause? Action required. Who is the responsible person? That's your
Okay. So that is applicable.
So you follow up. You know who was responsible for it. What is the deadline? What is the status? I just started here. It all comes back to the leader. How leader implements it, what is the seriousness of it, how you are implementing it. Maybe your 30-day success roadmap. So now, I have, I promised you in the beginning that your 30-day roadmap, 4 weeks, 4 focus areas, starting the Monday. from tomorrow. Week 1, build your system, set up your weekly planner, your observation sheet, your templates, right? And get your foundation ready for in the first week, slowly, gradually in the first week. You have to just first build this up. If you already have, you have to again from Monday restart it. Week 2, you have to, improve your communication. Have the conversations which you have been avoiding. Like you said, no, that senior teacher, junior teacher, start having the conversations with them. Difficult conversations. That's part of your role.
Okay.
Clarify expectations with your teachers and set boundaries with parents. Very respectfully, as I said. And week 3, you start teacher coaching. Do your classroom observations, give them feedback, and do it very, very professionally. It should not be a complaining, it should not be shouting. It should be you have to give them a feedback, improve. Have the growth conversations, not just complaining. One teacher at a time. And week 4, monitor and review. Use your academic dashboard. Assess your progress, right? And adjust what needs actually adjusting. You have to just adjust. Celebrate, like you should be, celebrating what is working actually. Even if it is a small but consistent action over 30 days. A small step you will take that will create a lasting change. And I'm promising you, 1, you lead systems, not tasks. Second is authority is earned, not given. And 1 pillar at a time. Start today. You came here for because you know that there is a scope where you need to actually you want some input. So now I think with this kind of a interaction, I believe you feel like a academic leader now. Your mindset has to be changed, and your belief actually that you're capable of managing a complaint box. So in school, after school, in coordinators, after coordinators, when the right system meets the right mindset, everything changes.
Right, ma'am.
So with this, I think I have come to the end of the session.